What they care about, look at the American economy right now. A lot of people had a lot of mistrust on the tariff issue. Economy's on fire. Indexes all-time highs. Every country on earth wants to cut a deal with America. The average person at the kitchen table is not worrying about Epstein. Don't give a damn. They want to provide for their family, and they are. America's working.
So
this is the American.
So hold on. Let me just say,
working.
Jerome Powell just announced that he's going to hold off on cutting interest rates again
Who
because
cares?
of the tariffs, and we've already started to see the inflationary pressures.
We have a lot
associated with
more
those
on the
tariffs.
economy later in the show, but just one thing that you said, Kevin, that I think is,
Epstein's alive?
No. There are two aspects of it. I mean, I think on the one hand, I think you're right that it's kind of like a niche interest here, this Epstein thing, but the niche is Trump's base, people in Trump's base. But secondly, on the broader picture of what is happening in the country and how do Americans feel about it, CBS YouGov poll asked, how do you think things are going here in this country? 61% said very or somewhat badly. That's not exactly a great indictment of the Trump economy. And then on top of that, to what I was saying earlier, on the Epstein files, this is what Republicans want. 83% want the files released. So I think both of those things is part of why Trump is having a hard time right now.
I hope they release them. He'll still be dead.
Yeah. He will still be dead.
He's going to be dead for a long time.
But Trump lives and dies on his base.
Yeah.
And the base right now is, they're unsteady.
I don't understand why he hasn't released the files, as he said. It's one of the reasons I believe that they released today the files on Martin Luther King Jr., because now he's able to show, hey, look, I told you I was going to release the MLK file, the JFK file, and also the Epstein file. It's going to take a little bit of time. I don't know the reason why. Personally, I don't think people are going to find Donald in that file as much as they think that they're going to. That's just my personal opinion, kind of knowing him for a decade and a half. Nevertheless, I want to see the file. I'm sick and tired of all of the conspiracy theories that are popping up. If you are a detractor, yeah, he's guilty of something. If you are a supporter, he didn't do anything. This is all nonsense. How about just put the documents in front of the American people, release it, and let us then examine the documents, as we call it in law, documentary evidence. It'll speak for itself instead of listening to all the nonsense.
I would love for them to release the files. I am not at all in Trump's base. However, I care deeply about it because I'm not going to buy this argument that like these young girls were raped by what? Did they rape themselves? No, they got raped by people who are in powerful positions, and I want to know how many of those individuals are currently serving in our government in some role or the other.
American awake for 18 hours a day. How many minutes do you think they spend worrying about this stuff? Maybe they were raped, maybe they weren't. This is not what American families give a damn about.
Just to be clear,
they just don't.
we do know that there were victims, so that's not speculative.
We do know that there were victims. And the thing is, people can compartmentalize, right? And the reason why people care about this a lot, not just because of the very real Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking and the crimes that were committed, it is the fact that Donald Trump himself spent years, him and his allies, promised their base, we are going to deliver the Epstein client list that's going to take down all of your Democratic enemies.
Bring it.
Yeah, well, yes, bring it.
gives a
Donald,
poop.
please. Donald,
Nobody
bring
gives
it.
a poop.
You don't give a poop, okay?
The
Other
polling
people
indicates-
do, including people like me
speak
who
on
want
behalf of the
justice,
majority of
and I
Americans.
want to know how many of those
Nobody
people are in our
gives
government.
I don't know about that.
poop
The poll
about
seems
this.
to show
Yeah,
something.
the poll
A
says
lot of
difference
Republicans
than
do. I mean, look, on the MLK files, I mean, it's interesting because the family did not want this released in this way. And Bernice King, Dr. King's daughter, posted this on X not just a little while ago. Now do the Epstein files, as she says, with a photo of her father, because, you know, Trump's argument on the Epstein files is that, oh, you know, people might get hurt by what's in this. He didn't seem to be that concerned about that when it came to the MLK files.
No, but Abby, they did warn the family that these things
Yeah,
are
they
coming down
did.
the pipeline and it's going to be released tomorrow. Aveda King came out in support of this.
Right, but
She
she's a
loved.
Trump supporter.
She is a Trump
Yes.
supporter, but she was pure, like, yeah, transparency all day long. Let's go. So, so maybe the family split on this idea that these files are going to get released. Ultimately, I do want to know, who killed, or, well, we know who killed him.
Listen,
which is,
I'm not suggesting that it should remain secret forever because there was a date by which this would be released, but the timing of this very moment, I think her implication here is that it is being used as a tool to distract.
Everything in politics is used as a tool. I mean, we have to be
Fair,
honest about it.
yeah.
For example, they turn around, they show this photo of Donald Trump's birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein. Is that not being used as a tool? Again, if you are a Trump supporter, you're saying, what does it mean? It has nothing to do with it. There's no evidence, there's no criminality. If you're a detractor, yeah, this just goes and it shows proof positive that Donald Trump was somehow involved in this thing. I keep saying, and people get angry at me, oh, why are you taking a knee? Why are you kissing Donald's ring? No, I'm not. I'm not defending him. I'm stating a fact that in the decade and a half that I was by the man's side, I never saw him doodle once. He's just not a doodler.
Michael, hang on.
I write on the
I
paper.
mean, we've been through
he
this.
Didn't write it.
There are a lot
nor
of
did he
images
draw
that
it.
Donald Trump drew.
Yeah,
And,
none of
and-
those were drawn
and
by him, by the
auctioned.
way.
So who drew them?
I won't say, but I have two
All right,
guesses,
so
and I'm pretty
that's some
sure I'm
news here
100%
that
correct.
he auctioned off photos that he signed,
He
as
signed
his images that he did not draw.
Well, a lot of artists, I guess.
Okay,
I'm just-
a
I'm
lot
just-
of artists do
I'm
that.
just to be
Worst
clear,
case
but
scenario,
the
all
other-
this stuff's true. Does that in any way affect the American economy or what's going
No,
on with
There's
And-
more to life
and
than the
listen,
American
who
economy.
cares-
There's
who-
justice and the fact that we might have pedophiles serving in our government right
Oh
now
my
as we speak.
goodness,
that's the problem.
horrible. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what people care about is how to feed their families and how the economy grows and take care of their futures. This stuff is poop on a stick. Nobody gives. I got to stop.
If we want to talk economy, which we will,
We
what
should.
is Trump
That's what
doing
matters.
other than providing absolute uncertainty, injecting all of this into the market? We have the bond markets here, trying to wonder whether or not the debt that's coming from the
Epstein,
big beautiful
dead guy,
bill.
matters? No, he's dead.
The value of
Tell
the
that- tell that to his
value
base.
of
He's
the
dead
dollar
tomorrow
went
morning.
down
I
like
guarantee he's
20%.
dead tomorrow morning.
Tell that to the victims in his
Some to the
base.
victims
Okay.
It's his base that cares.
It's his base that actually
It's his
wants
base
it,
that wants
even
it.
more than the Democrats. See, now what happens is the base is screaming for the documents. They're not getting it. All of a sudden, the Democrats, of course, are jumping into it and saying, hey, release it, release it, release it. And then the Republicans are now all on message saying the same thing, which is, well, you never wanted it before. Now all of a sudden you want it now. How about just do the right thing, do the easy thing, and then just release the file?
It's coming.
One quick thing for you, Michael. I mean, Trump sometimes overreacts to things like this. You don't think that the files probably have that much to do with Trump. Is he overreacting?
I think he's getting bad advice from people that are within his circle. They're probably feeding to him, hey, this could be damaging in this way. I believe he should just release the files, put an end to the conspiracy theories around it, and then let's just all move on.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Well, there you go. The
Agreed.
only person-
Yeah, 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 yeah.